Okay, so I have a 7 edge here. The LCD look horrible. I don't know, can you see all that? That's what happens when you try to frickin' refurbish this at home. I had some guy, I don't remember who it was, I tried him out a while ago and it just didn't turn out very well. So basically I'm scrapping this LCD and I'm going for another one. This one started bleeding too, I think, eventually. So I'm actually pulling this old screen off and I'm going to reuse this frame so I can do some glass repair. And he must have super glued it on. Golly. I actually already warmed it up too. Normally you don't have to struggle this hard to remove the bad ones. So the whole point of this video that I'm doing here is I'm going to show you what you need to do to get your Galaxy 7 edges refurbished. So we got that crappy one that left me a bunch of glass shards all over the frickin' place. These meshes love to disappear. I've lost so many of them. This one has seemed to disappear as well. The ear mesh is what I'm talking about here. Don't want to slice that cable. Trying to get rid of the old adhesive here. Let's start over. What is going on with that? Why is it not fitting in there right? Trying to figure out why it's not sitting in there. Alright, so we went ahead and just pulled out the display. I'm sure most people can easily figure that out. You just warm it up and cut it out. The goal of this video is to show you how we can do glass repair without actually having to do glass repair. So first of all, you're going to need to buy one of these frames on eBay. You can buy them all day long, and these buttons, right? If you need to ever replace your button, you can actually send your broken glass with the new button. And if you need to replace the frame as well, send the frame, button, whatever you need, and the broken glass only. Now, looking at broken glass is very, very important because you'll get rejects. So make sure you're charging enough where you can break even on until you learn what your rejects are. So $250 for these displays they cost. And if you get a reject, no problem, you just rip off the broken one and put your new screen on, you break even, you're fine. Until then, once you learn what your rejects look like, then you can drop your price down to, like for example, we charge $200 for glass repair on the S7, and we stay very busy in Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah County, and Davis County. We also work Summit and Tooele County as well, which is Park City, you name it. Anyways, okay, so you want to have this frame, which are like 25 bucks, and this button, which is about 15. You can just wind your button through here. Okay. Then you also need your charge port here. Make sure they're all OEM when you're searching for your charge port here. And then anything labeled, you can just label it here, put it in a bag, put a button with it, and put a frame with it, whatever you need in order to replace. So your frame's damaged up, make sure you charge the customer for a replacement frame, and you're giving them always a new one, right? Or always a decent looking one. And same with the button, right? Charge the customer 15 bucks for a new button, or 30 or whatever you want to charge. I charge $40 for a button and $40 for a frame if that ever needs to replace. And then you can weave this all through. You guys should already know how to do this. If you don't, please look at other YouTube videos on how to replace that. Basically, you lift these two cables up, pull this stuff out with unscrewing, and replace the cables and put a new one in. Just make sure it's original. They're all the same: Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile. This is exactly the same thing I do for my Galaxy 7s. No pulling the screen out. Just make sure you get frames for AT&T and Verizon, which AT&T will cover T-Mobile and Verizon will cover Sprint. And then just get the buttons for each one and the charge ports for each one. And then you guys can send in your broken only glass. If you're a consumer that you want to come to us in Salt Lake, we're actually a mobile company where we come to you. If you are not you're a consumer outside, you can always mail in your whole device and we can refurbish it at a discounted rate. Okay, so you need these here. They're LCD adhesive, and you can buy sets of 10 for S7 and S7 Edge. So we're gonna have to build our frame. So these frames come like this, and so the first thing we're gonna do is put this on right here. Now, like I was describing on the other one, don't just trust anyone with your screens. I have been ripped off several times, which I haven't even told you guys on YouTube yet, all the other people who have ripped me off through YouTube. Just people in general don't know what they're doing with these, or also they just don't want to return the product back, or they break stuff and they don't want to be responsible. So for whatever reason, I've been screwed over multiple times for this. I found a manufacturer that I'm finally working with, but they require that you send in bulk. So I'm trying to get, you have to send in about 25 to 50 screens at a time. So the more Galaxy 7s, 7 Edges, and 8s that you send, and all the other screens, the 6s, you name it, Edges, whatever you got, send them my way. We'll be glad to get you set up and getting it refurbished. Most refurbishing takes probably about a 3-week turnaround time, and fortunately that's pretty much all I got right now, but it might be faster. Prices, you need to talk to me about, and I can get you some prices. I'm not sure why this is not sticking. I think it's because I've used this frame previously. There we go. We got one to stick actually here. some leftover residue from this guy who refurbished this unprofessionally. I guarantee you that ours will look perfect. When you're looking for when you're looking at the customer's cracked screen, you want to make sure that you look under a white screen and look for marks. Any marks, pixelization, blackness, anything like that will cause immediate disqualification of the glass repair. So don't be careless. Make sure you look carefully. Holy crap. Usually it's not this difficult to get this on. Usually it sticks a lot better. But in this case, the frame is giving me quite a bit of trouble here. Okay, now we're going to get our main piece here. Just line that up to up top. And then stick it down. So when you're working on a new one, this should be really sticky and not give you so many problems like it's giving me. Jeez. Yeah, I need to reuse this frame for tomorrow because I have 2 customers that need glass repair. I've been doing this for quite some time now, and I've been wanting to get on YouTube. I'm trying to buy a factory right now in California that is refurbishing them as well professionally. For now, we're focused on getting these all here in bulk. Hopefully we'll be able to get the price down in the future as well. Please just contact me. Put my contact info at the bottom of the screen, and also you'll be able to see that in the other description there. Like I said, this normally sticks down a little bit better. Just having a heck of a time with this frame. Oh, the struggles of being a tech, right? I hope you all feel me on that one. Oh, jeez. And this little bugger usually just stays right in, but you gotta watch it. It likes to fall out. Okay, now we can put our new display on. If you guys need a lead for the new displays, I can get it to you. Just let me know. Just gonna stick it in the hole there, line it up top, make sure that's sitting flush. And then line it up on your button. And of course, this little metal piece does not want to sit flush. Just wants to give me non-stop trouble. There we go. Okay, now that we're going to put it back in our bag that we got the new one out of. I think it was this. And then this is ready for glass repair tomorrow. And we take his broken one, and this power button's bad, so I'm going to take it out. I'm going to replace it. I don't have a replacement one with me, so I'll just use the customer's. There we go. The power button is out. So just like I said, I'll use the customers and then we're good to go. You can always preload all this stuff up, but I recommend just transferring all this stuff over to the new frame every time you're working with the customer. You can get all the pre-stuff on eBay, but it's expensive. Okay. Now that's put away. That's good for Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, or T-Mobile on the S7 Edge. Set that aside. We can put that in our bin, ready to be repaired. Now, I got another one here that I will do that should be not as difficult, but you don't have to rewatch this over if you don't want to. It's pretty much the same thing. Got a silver one I got to do tomorrow. And if I were buying a new one here, I would take this piece here and weave it through and plug in your new home button. Make sure your earpiece mesh is sitting up there. And then you gotta put your adhesive on. And fight with this because it's really frustrating. And it looks like they sent me the wrong one, so I'll have to modify it. Be back in a second. Okay, that's sitting in there now. Put the bottom piece on. Line it up as perfectly as you can. Stick it down really good. Sometimes those little pieces actually will help and come out, and other times it won't. Okay, got that one. Now we can stick this other one on. Up and around the sides. Let's get the bottoms first, actually. There we go. That should line up perfectly. And then we need the top piece. Be back in a jiff. Okay, I'll put the top piece on. If you damage this, it's going to cost you. Because they don't come individually. You have to buy them as a full set. This whole thing. And I think it's like 15, 16 bucks for the adhesive. You eBay LCD adhesive for whatever you need. So let's say it's S7 Edge. I'm trying to just separate this here. This one's actually sticking a little bit better than the last one was. Okay. Slightly off. It should sit and flush down there with it. And let's get under it and lift it up. While we're doing this, you actually have to hold down the old adhesive or the new adhesive while pulling up the piece of tape, because this loves to pull up while you're doing it. It's very annoying. Very, very annoying. Okay, now we got that off, and now time to seal on your new display. You can take that off or leave it on, whatever. If you send it in with just broken glass, remember that it might be rejected, so make sure you charge enough so you don't get hosed yourself. Until you learn what's what. be careful putting these in. You know, make sure there's nothing under the display. That kind of stuff would be important. Now we can, since these are good now, we can take that off and make it where it says good. So now this is good to go. Put on, so I go to the customer's home and I take their good display and I transfer all that stuff into here, right? And I have this. And you take their broken display and send it to us, and it will look like this again. If your frame is damaged, you send a frame. Your button's damaged, you send a button with it. Okay? If you don't send one, I'm going to surcharge you the hell out of you. So it's best to get an OEM button on eBay. It's save me the time, you get all the small stuff, okay? And we will take care of the rest. This will look back and look perfect. It will not be refurbished if we claim it's bad. So gray marks, pixelization, lines, touch issues, any of that will disqualify it from being refurbished. If you want it refurbished back to original, then you need to make sure it looks really good from the customers, just cracked glass, okay? If you guys have any questions about this process, let me know. But it's the exact same process for the S7. I might be making an S7 video on how to do that. And same with the S8s. So I got some S8s here, and we got to transfer all these LCDs over to new LCDs. And you know, here's another S8 Plus. So I got a bunch of work to definitely do here with not enough time, unfortunately. But with the S8s, we can refurbish them back to brand new as well. If you need frames, I'm not sure if those are available yet, but we can be on the lookout soon. All right. Well, this has been Dustin with TechMD. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.